Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Frequency Soul Collective Focus Group call. It's exciting to have you all here tonight, covering for our beautiful Bex while she takes the time that she needs to navigate all that she is right now. We're sending her so much love always. I just thought we'll just keep this like nice and simple and hopefully not too long, so that we just cover off a few things. And first of all, have you all seen some housework? Have you all seen this new giveaway that they're doing between the first Solex are doing between December 1st to the 15th? Amazing. Amazing. So basically, if you buy a product that requires shipping between the 1st of December and the 15th, you go into the draw to win. For us in Australia, we can win a wand, infinity wand, and in America they get the option of the wand, the foot spa, and the infinity mat. So massive prizes, and you can enter like every time you make a purchase in that 15 days, you get another entry into the draw. So that is super exciting and a fantastic incentive to get a really phenomenal quantum tool for your toolkit. So I thought I'd just highlight that. And Michelle. Hi, Michelle. I'm just going to get you to mute. And the second of all, I also wanted to bring to your attention, I know that when we had the Saturday call, Paige and I, who are real human design junkies, I did put a post in the group about how Paige has got this amazing training in the portal. And for those that may not be familiar with the Frequency Soul Collective portal that we have, is actually really phenomenal. It is a paid portal. It's only $99 for the whole year, but it's got so many tools in it for marketing. It's got templates in Canva that you can upload and use on your Instagram and social media. It's got marketing training, it's got mindset training, it's got human design, it's got all the things. So if you are wanting to have a look at that, I did put the link in the Frequency Soul Collective Education Hub, and that you'll find Paige's training in there about discovering your human design profile and how that impacts how you show up in your life and your marketing for your business. It's really powerful. Oh, here's Ellie. So those were the two things that I wanted to bring to your attention at the start. And the next thing we're going to talk about is branding. And I've got a bit of people often ask me about this, and my clients as well, because it's something that I help my clients with. But I just really wanted to reiterate that your brand is always you. You are your brand. So a lot of people can we don't want to get stuck in the aesthetics of branding and not actually have the connection with the people, because sometimes that can actually be a strategy to not do the thing, to not do what we're here to do. So I really wanted to just speak into a little bit, following on from Saturday's call, how we talked about how when you're showing up on social media, for instance, remembering that your socials are basically your business card around the internet. And so however you show up on your socials, it is your brand. And so, and people always love to be, people would rather be heard than sold to. And so just remember that when you're showing up, like just do speak about you and your experience with a product or your experience with a situation. Like, you be the leader of your business and brand. And then because people don't buy, like, for there's a and I always love using analogies. Things like, you know, you can go into Woolies, say, for instance, if you shop mainstream supermarkets still, but, you know, say you go into a supermarket, you know that you're going to get the products that you want from in there. But if you go into that store and you have a bad experience or you just something feels off, you're less likely to go back to that store, even though you need those products. You'll go to a different one. You might go to the same brand, but you'll go to somewhere where you'll have a different experience. Same thing when we go to a restaurant. It all can look beautiful on the outside and the branding could be amazing. But what's the experience that we're going to have when we go in there? Is the waitress going to be rude? Is the food going to be bad? You know, this is all part of the brand. It's not all just about the aesthetics. It's not just, you know, colors and fonts and images and things. They're all amazing. And we do live in an aesthetic, you know, world. But if you're just getting started, don't let that stop you from putting yourself out there and speaking about AO Scan and how it's impacting your family's life or your friend's life, and you know, you be the brand basically. Because I think that a lot of the time, I know in my journey online and in online business, I have been that person that actually never did the do, because I was getting so caught up in having to have everything look perfect before I got started. So I really just wanted to reiterate that. And just the other thing that this leads into, and I'm so pleased that Ellie's here, because she actually reached out and was she's really feeling the call to contribute, to be part of the, you know, contributing to what we're doing here on Monday night. And we were having a conversation about what's your why, because when you're really clear about your why, the rest of it really flows quite effortlessly, and it becomes less about having to look at products and what have you, and it's you know, your driving force becomes your why. So Ellie is one of our gold leaders in our team. We're so super excited to have her here to talk a bit about that topic. What is your why? And yeah, take it away, Ellie. Just unmute him.
There we go. Is that better?
Perfect.
Yeah, so I'm Ali from WA. Pleased to meet any of you that I don't recognize some of the names on here. So it's really exciting to be here tonight. And yeah, we were talking about that today, about our whys and why we're creating these businesses and the reason why we want to do this. And I mentioned it today, didn't I, that a lot of us have whys, and they're not really true choices of whys. They're expectations of why they want to build this business is because they want to make someone else happy or be better for the family, or, you know, we have to, when we're looking at our end results and our whys, we need to be looking at what's best for us inside. And it's like, can be simple. It's something as simple as a recipe, for instance. You know, you could be one of these people that received the recipe and you're so excited to make this and create this, and you get all your ingredients and all your bits all together, and you know, you create this amazing thing and you get this feeling inside of satisfaction and it lights you up inside, and then you get to eat it. You know, well, that's a true end goal. That's someone who loves food and loves creating with food. So it could be something as simple as that, but we put too much emphasis on it in our lives, that we have to have these big goals and big dreams because it's going to change this one's lives and change that person's lives and create charities for other people. When really, when we get some end results and end goals of things that are true to us, everything else will just flow into that, because it's all energy work. So just something for us to think about when we're, you know, coming into the end of the beginning of December. You know, it's the last month of the year. You know, we're looking at our businesses. You know, what is it that we want to create in 2024? Like, where do you see yourself at this time next year? Like, break it down and have a look at where your business is, and then you can then set your goals from that. You know, and it doesn't have to be around business. It could be around, you know, your relationship with your partner or your friends or your family members or work colleagues. It could be anything like that. You know, it's just really focusing on what it is that you want out of things, because a lot of us, like I said, a lot of the time we won't end goals because we think it's going to please other people. And yeah, it's easy for us to get stuck in that, really easy for us to get stuck in that. So end results. We got, what goals do we have for next year? Has anyone sat down and really thought about coming into the end of the year, what it is that they want to create next year? Or, you know, a little bit. I can see you, Melinda, saying you kind of know, you've kind of got some ideas, you know. So it's really sitting with that and seeing how that makes you feel when you close your eyes and you think of that end result of what it is that you want to create. How does it make you feel? Who's there? What are you doing? What lights you up? And then that's really sending out these signals to the unified field, so the law of attraction can bring that to us. You know, it's truly believing and stepping into that, what it is that we want. And I'm really excited with this Solex business. You know, coming back from the Gold Coast was just, we learned so much about what frequencies can do for our bodies, and how, what we think actually causes a physical response in our cells. And then that physical response in our cells causes the physical response in our body, like in all our parts of our body, which then, you know, we're vibrating out these frequencies. So to be able to balance that out with these emotional balancing scans and these binaural beats is just next level. So I've really been committing since I got back from the Gold Coast. I've been committing to listening to my tunes, creating frequencies every day, you know, really. And the you know, that new part that we got, what was that called again? Mind Sync.
Mind Sync.
You know, I was a bit scared to play with that because it was quite glitchy the first couple of times I used it. But once you've done it 4 or 5 times and the system gets to know you and you realize which ones more resonates with you, it's really good fun, especially when you do have an end result of something that you want to create, like, you know, a life I love. I choose the end result of a life I love. You know, what does that entail? Well, sorry, can you hear that child in the background? Someone's not happy. But say it was an end result of choosing a life you love. Well, what does that entail? Like love, joy, passion, adventure, all these kind of things are all part of that. So it's really looking at your end goals and looking at your end results and looking at these reports and looking to see where your dominant thoughts are. Like, where's your dominant thoughts been for the week? Because this is literally telling you, you know, if you're against or for your end results, or how you're feeling about your end results. You know, are you feeling anxious about them? Do you doubt them? Do we doubt them? Do we doubt ourselves? Because as soon as we start really getting into momentum, that self-sabotaging part wants to come in and, you know, tell us that we're not good enough, or we're not enough, or we're not worthy, or we need to try and fix something. So we have to go and do a course, or we have to go and read a book. So, yeah. So I hope that makes sense. And I hope you go away and have a think about what it is that we want to create next year. You know, we've got a whole month now before the end of the year. And now's really a time to be looking at where we want to be, especially in our business, in our relationships, in our friendships, you know, in our work, all these different aspects of us. We want to be looking at where we want to be shifting, what we want to be doing, you know. So it's exciting times. Does anyone have any questions, or anyone want to say anything?
I was also going to add on to that too, Ellie, about, like, for me, I know when I am looking at, you know, what's my why, I kind of take it a level deeper and I ask, you know, what's my legacy? What am I here on this earth? You know, what's the impact that I'm here to make? What am I here to leave? Like when I pass and I, you know, leave this earth, what is it that I want to be remembered for? You know, and that's all part of that leads back to our why, you know, why we're doing what we're doing. And another piece to that too, I feel like the last 4 days I've been running, just a bit of a testimonial piece, but I've been running a weight release group. I'm on my 21-day stretch and I've got my groups going amazing. And I've got 10 beautiful souls in there, and it's day 4, and Janice is actually in there too, and she had a beautiful testimony, and so did some of the other women in there. And this is when you start to see the power collectively of what we have, you know, when you actually see how much you're impacting people's lives with frequency medicine. It really anchors in your why. It really grounds you, like you start to really embody this journey. Because I know that when I said I set an intention for the group too when I started, and I said, you know, you're going to be releasing a lot more than just a number on the scale. And believe me, you are. And I tell you, it's one of the ladies that's in there is fully decluttering her house right now. Another one has created a whole new office space out of the lounge, moved it, like has had more energy in the last 4 days than what she's had in months. Janice has got an incredible testimony too about things that are shifting for her at an emotional level, and things are just peeling away and like the onion layers, and she's accessing parts of herself that she hasn't for a very, very long time, and has tried all kinds of other modalities to get to that place, you know. And then when you realize how powerful, like what we have here in our hands, and how when we set really powerful intentions driven by heart-led, you know, leadership, because we really genuinely want to help people, we really are making a difference. Yeah, we really are. I just wanted to share that on the back of What's Your Why, because I know for me, I feel like I'm living that. You know, I feel like I'm right there in that space at the minute, and it feels really awesome. It feels really, really awesome. Yeah, yeah. Does anyone want to share what their why is, if you know what it is for you? No, that's okay. Have a think about it. Have a think about it, and you know, it's really powerful. It's like the it's like the Apple iPhone. You know, Steve Jobs was remembered for who he was, not the phones that he created. It was who he was and how he showed up, and his why was what people bought into. And that's, you know, that is something that oh, Janice, you go for it, Janice.
No, I was just going to say, I'm not going to do it this time, because when I did it on Saturday, I pulled my eyes out. To just say it was, it's been quite amazing, really, the last 4 days. So, yeah, my why, Deb, you actually took my words. It's about your legacy, but it's really just being able to educate and show people, you know, what we've been taught, which is, it's quite mind-blowing. And 85%, I think, were the figures, that everybody's issues, disease is all emotions. I mean, that in itself. And holy shitballs, I can tell you the last 4 days, that's what it's been. It's like I've always thought, oh, no, I'll just throw it down, or I'll take this, or I'll do that. It's really, you know, I can say there was something that happened to me years and years ago when I was only 3. And nobody's been able to get there. And now it's like, what the heck? It's just getting these visions. So it's powerful. So thank you, DJ. So my why is to be able to help other people be able to really release that and find how to put it to rest. So yeah, thanks, DJ.
Oh, you're welcome, Janice. That's
I'm
beautiful.
going to share my why too, if that's okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Just close the door. So my why is really about making my mess my mission. And so I've suffered with quite a lot of like unnecessary trauma in my life. It's probably not even mine too. Like there's a lot of intergenerational stuff. And I've had severe bouts of depression and all of that fun stuff, you know. And basically I just took this on to work on myself, and something magic has happened in the process. So my why is to share the tools that I've used that have helped me in such a major way, so that others can have that same leg up as well.
I love that, Marielle. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. I think at the crux of it, for all of us, it's just about contribution to others. So whatever way we can contribute to others, that's where, you know, we will thrive the most. And this is such a beautiful way to contribute to others. And it's yeah, the results speak for themselves. So
Yeah,
that's
I
me.
totally agree. Beautiful. Thank you. It's amazing. Yeah, I think we could all pretty much be assured that contribution would be one of our all of our highest values, being that we show up for ourselves each week to be able to learn the skills and tools to be able to take them out into the world.
Yeah.
Which then leads me to the next topic for tonight, which is presenting the AO scan. And there's a little bit of a twist here, because one of the questions I get asked is, so what's your elevator pitch? Like, what do you say to people to get them to, want to buy the technology, or, all of that stuff? And I say, I don't have one. So I don't have an elevator pitch, because as Lauren Swenson, our beautiful founder, said on stage at Day of Discovery here in Australia, was this technology needs to be experienced. That's why he has it, and he was quite resistant to putting the AO scan and Solex into this business model initially, because he didn't want to cheapen it, he said. But he's realized that this absolutely has got to be experienced. It's an experience. Therefore, as far as like presenting the AO scan, I think the most powerful piece of advice or that I can pass on to you is that we have, 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, and that we need to really listen to what, ask powerful questions. So talk less and listen to what people, ask them, what health issues have you got at the moment? Is there something that's worrying you, concerning you, on your mind, coming, manifesting in your body? But ask people the questions and let them start to speak. And as they speak, listen, really be really present, not in a way that you're thinking about what you're going to say next, but in a way that you're really showing them, like people, it's like that saying, people don't remember what you say, they remember how they felt, how you made them feel when you were in their presence, when you were, people really want to be heard. So I find when, you give somebody the opportunity to say, well, I've got this going on and I've got that, and people really love to share their story and what's happening for them, and it builds rapport. And so then you're getting that trust factor, and then you can provide them with a conversation about the solution. And you can say, well, you know what, I've got this incredible tool that I've been using. That's frequency medicine bioresonance. Have you heard of that? Then let them speak again. Let them say, oh, no, I've not heard of that. Or, oh, yeah, I have actually, my friend. It will always lead to something, open-ended questions, where they get to talk about, have they or have they not? Tell me your experience. What do you know about it? And then again, you can say, well, this is the tool that I'm using. It's a bioresonance, therapy device, and it could, and then relate it directly back to their problem. What's the thing that they've been talking about with you, for the last 10 minutes or whatever it is that you've been chatting, that you can actually start to provide a solution. Say they've got pain somewhere. Did you know, you can say like what Janice was saying, did you know that 85% of people's physical ailments are all emotional related? I've got this incredible tool that all we need is a recording of your voice, and we can actually see what's going on emotionally in your body and where those things are stored. And perhaps that's something that you'd like to, is that something that you would like to experience? And, the idea is to get as many yeses, obviously, in that process as you can, because, then that there's no resistance, basically. But that, the thing that I really wanted to reiterate is that there is no elevator pitch. This whole experience is about connection. We're connecting with people at an energetic level, And it doesn't matter if they're not on the same page as you, it's because our energies are just off. So, if our frequency's off, just let them go with love. There is absolutely no point in trying to make somebody see what you see, believe what you believe, want to experience this tool that you're so passionate about, but they're not. Just let them go to sell. That's okay, no worries, just let them go with love. And then the next, it'll open up the channel for the next person to come. And I just, but just don't get caught up in having it to sound a certain way, or, remembering back to the branding piece. People are buying you, they're buying your energy. In fact, Sheila Day was amazing on stage, wasn't she? Dr. Sheila Day at Day of Discovery. And she said, we don't own anyone. People are free to go wherever they want. They may resonate with you or they may resonate with someone else. We don't own anyone. As long as everybody ends up getting the AO scan technology and uses it in their life, then there's plenty for everybody, So what we're looking for really is so I always set an intention to draw in the people that align most with me. So there's no competition and there's no urgency, and it's definitely not hustle energy. Remembering that when we're really beautifully balanced with our male and female, energies, that things become quite effortless because we're taking the action, but we're also being really true to our own, who we are and what we stand for, and we're not compromising those things. And then we'll be putting out a nice, the frequency to attract the same. Like attracts like, as we all know with the frequency thing. And that's why, when we go into different environments where you may not even feel that it's appropriate to talk about the scanner, and that's totally fine too. Just really use your intuition when you're talking to people, but really listen to what they're saying, because people give cues all the way. Listen to what people talk about. They might be talking about how they're struggling with money. We've got an answer for that. You might be talking about how they're struggling with pain. We've got an answer for that. Like, we've got solutions for all the things, but just, rather than talking to them if they're not experiencing physical symptoms, but they're experiencing a lot of stress, speak into that, because that's ultimately going to end up manifesting as a physical symptom eventually. But speak into the pain points, the things that they're talking about. Listen more than you speak, and it will really make a difference. Yeah, that's my little 2 cents on that one, because I do get asked that a lot. Like, how do you speak to people? What do you say? And I think in other business models and in other like network marketing things that are very product related, there is a lot of elevator pitching going on. They do have a little script and a spiel that you can follow, but I don't believe when you're working with energy that sits well. It's not a one-stop shop. We're all different and we all have different needs, and we just have to ebb and flow where we're needed, and just allow that yourself to be guided to the people that are ready to hear. Yeah. Yes, Paige is saying lead from the heart. What did she say? Lead from the heart with AO, as it's a heart-centered tool. 100%. It absolutely is. And those that are ready will be ready. And there's an ascension happening at the moment in the world. There's a lot of, this is how I sort of go through life, where I see that I don't get too caught up in drama and the people that don't align with me. I just know that it's because we're all ascending at different times and levels, and I always use the snow globe analogy, where we've been the world has been shaken up, like a snow globe, and we're all landing down next to exactly who we're meant to be with at this time. So don't get worried and stressed about finding people, because they'll find you. You just got to be you. You just got to show up, and you're the truth of who you are, and be true to your why and lead with the heart, and people will be drawn to that. They'll feel it from you, and that will be your elevator pitch, is your heart and your energy. Yeah. So on that note, and we're at 32 past. Does anyone have anything they'd like to say, ask a question, anything at all? No. Thank you for all coming tonight. It's lovely to can see some of you. So some of you don't have your videos on, but that's okay. Well, on that note, have an amazing rest of your week. We'll let you know closer to Saturday what's happening with the Saturday call. I think is it Amanda Page? I can't remember. I don't know if it's them, if they're this week coming or the next.
We were meant to be on this week. And Amanda and Belle were on the 16th. So it just depends on, and I don't think they can do this weekend. I think that was the only weekend that worked for them both. So it just depends whether Tammy might be able to. I don't know where she's at. So yeah, it'll just depend on that.
We'll follow up.
Yeah.
We'll let you know. We'll let you know if there's going to be a call on Saturday or not, because Tammy's just had that big of the oral surgery, so she's a bit got a lot of pain and things. So
yeah, we just got to see where she's at. But otherwise, if nothing this weekend, then it will be Belle and Amanda the following weekend, and they're actually going to do a tutorial on muscle testing, I believe, and talking about how they how they've incorporated the scanner into their kinesiology businesses and things. I think that's the topic. So I'm sure about testing. I'm just not sure about where else they're going to take that. But yeah, so that'll be really, really good to attend.
that'll be powerful. Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. And don't forget about our December 1 to 15 going into the draw for these incredible prizes with SolX. I posted a thing to the Education Hub group that you can see there that outlines it all. And the portal link is there too for those that want to delve a bit deeper into the human design, figure out your profile and go through Page's training on there. It's phenomenal. And we hope that you all have an absolutely magical week, and we will see you. If we don't see you Saturday, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Thanks, DJ. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.